I finally stopped overthinking about investing. And I said, you know what? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my money into ETFs. And here's why. I'm going to share with you what ETFs are, why I chose them, and how I'm using them for early retirement. I had this fear and I was overthinking about the stock market. And it's so funny. I hear so many people say, yeah, I got my stocks. I got this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm like, they sitting here gambling, playing with their money. I don't know what they doing. You know, just being judgmental. Being judgmental. But I had to sit back and say, there's something to this because or before, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. All I'm thinking about is a high yield savings. And I didn't even know that I had a account with N stock because I was getting dividends from it, not putting two and two together that is a part of the stock market. Girl, just being uneducated. Got my toe in something, but don't even know what I got my toe into. Yeah. But just overthinking, thinking it's something that's unreachable, something that's not for you, it's not for me, all different things. So in feeling that way and thinking that way, I got overwhelmed and I just felt like it wasn't for me. And then I didn't even know what to pick, what to do. Think about when you start your job, right? Or if you're doing open enrollment and you elect the 401k and they tell you, okay, you got your money, but where you want your money to go? Do you want to be moderate? Do you want to just be basic and stable? Or do you want to be aggressive? What do you want to do? And you don't know what to do because you just never done it before. Girl, you're not alone. I'm telling on myself. That's how I felt. That is how I felt. But once I actually sat down, did a little bit of reading, went to Fidelity and actually sat down with someone so they can explain to me what these ETFs are. I was calling them EFTs, getting it all backwards, but that's electronic financial, go forget it. Can't even get it out. We're talking about ETFs. That's what we're talking about. So what are ETFs? ETFs are a bundle of stocks versus you trying to do stocks in Amazon itself, Apple itself, Walmart itself. You go ahead and you get a bundle so you can have a little bit of the top 500 companies, or you can have the top tech companies, or you could just be in the top pharmaceutical. You can get in any space that you want to get into. Some of them have it where it's the top company where it might be a little bit of oil, might be a little bit of this, might be a little bit of that. Then you got the other ones which might just be oil, the Chevrons, the Exxons, all the different things. So once you realize and understand what's going on, like even like right now, and we've got going on right now, it's time to get some oil. It's time to get some oil. It's like a big game. But we ain't going to have that conversation right now. We are not about to have that conversation right now because you know how I get. You know how I get. Having a bundle of stocks, it's less risky. Because if one area is down, the other area could be up. And you're not really losing that much money, right? And even if you are losing, it goes back up. It's just like it's like a game. But I prefer it because I'm getting a piece of the pie of so many companies that are doing really, really well in this economy. Sometimes you sit back and you sit and see how all these companies do so well. The Targets, the Walmarts, I'm just thinking about different big companies, the BJs, our everyday companies. You think about Dove. Who's the owner of Dove? Dove, like the body wash, the soap, the shampoo. You think about Hennessy, the liquor. Who owns Hennessy? You think about all these different things you want to get in these big parent companies. I'm just giving you a little example. But as I mentioned, having a bundle of stocks is better than having just one stock. It's just less riskier. And also it's beginner friendly. And once you understand and you do some more deep diving into it, then you will understand it takes some time. If you would like for me to do a video about just ETFs, like say like we might pick 2 or 3, like we might pick, say, I like VTI. If VTI, I think VTI is the one that come with a dividend. I love a good dividend moment. But if you want me to have a conversation about just plain and simple, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here sharing what I know. I'm not telling you what to do. We're just having good conversation and sharing things as Black women over 40, just trying to make sure that we are set for retirement and things like that. Just let me know and I'll have the conversation about more about ETFs and different ones you can actually select, or the ones that I selected. I have a problem with sharing that because I'm not the only one that picked these. So I don't have a problem with sharing what I have. Also, why picking ETFs is simple. It's a long-term growth and it's less risky, less stress. You don't have to worry about seeing what Amazon got going on. You ain't got to be worrying about if Amazon took a hit. You got so many other ones in this bundle. It's more of a peace of mind. I want to share a little bit about my strategy and what I'm doing. And if you watch my video before this, I talked about the difference between Roth IRA and brokerage. I kind of got into a little bit of spiel of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and why I do have both. But I'll have that video either in the cards or I'll have it down below just so you can know exactly my path and what I got going. But so my strategy, I'm going to have consistent investing. I started out with just $75. Then my next deposit was $100. I want to see how the money was going to land in the accounts and then me going in and actually investing. I just didn't want to dump a bunch of money in there. I want to wait to see what would actually happen. So now I do put in a larger amount and I have everything on auto. It comes straight out of my account. It goes straight into Fidelity, and then Fidelity knows what my amounts are for each account. And then it goes straight into investing. And once that money hits, it knows where to put that money and what ETFs I selected, so my money can work for me. And when you're doing this, when you're working with ETFs, you have to have a long-term mindset. This is not going to be something that's going to hit overnight. It's not going to hit month to month. It's about compounding. So like for me, I'll be 50 in a matter of 2 months. So I know my long-term goal is to make sure I go heavy in the first 5 years. And when I say heavy, that means like putting in $1,000 to $2,000 a month to go heavy and hard. So you can have that money compounding for the next 5 years. Because remember, a brokerage account is a little bit different than a Roth IRA. So we need those accounts to do the investing. It's like you got to start here, then you go here. But once I get to my 5-year mark, I am going to slow down. I am going to slow it down a little bit because at that point, my goal is to use that heavy money for living expenses. And I'm going to be living off of brokerage accounts and then pension and things of that nature. You just have to see how everything can iron out and see what your number actually looks like. That's why I always say, know what you want to live off of, where you want to live, and how you want your money to come to you. And when I mean come to you, knowing, is it going to be part-time money? Is it going to be pension money? Is it going to be 401 money? Is it going to be job money? How is it going to look? Because again, retirement looks different for everybody. Retirement can be solely part-time work. Who knows? Doing ETFs is a long-term strategy. You can't just put the money in and think it's just going to grow from month to month. This is years, and years, as I mentioned before. But in addition, you can't be on a quick money chase. You have to be able to sit still and let the money grow and work. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let my money work for me. I'm going to go very hard in these next 5 years. And maybe 2,000 is not enough. Maybe it might be 3,000. Who the heck knows? But that's the goal that I'm doing. And then I'm going to move forward and slow it down so I can go from there. So that's my strategy. That's my strategy. I'm not sure if it was kind of clear, but in regards to what I'm actually investing on a monthly basis, it will probably be around 2K. So I want to give you some encouragement. I want you to always keep things simple. Keep things simple. Don't let fear stop you, because fear, overthinking will make you forget about everything that you want to do in the future. Don't ever feel like you can't do something. Don't ever feel like it's out of your control. Don't ever feel like you don't have enough. Always think abundance. You think abundance, you'll be able to do what you need to do. I know easier said than done, but we have to think positive over here. I'm not trying to get rich overnight. I'm just trying to be free. And I want the same for you. So sometimes how they say it, you got to spend a little money to get a little money. So either you can do it in having a business, or you can do it in investing, or you could do it in real estate. There's so many different ways to do this. But this is the route that I'm going to take. And I'm going to take it with the ETFs. So if you like this conversation, go ahead and hype it up. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you know another Black woman over 40 who would love this conversation, go ahead and share with her so we can have more like-minded women coming on over here, getting ready for retirement, starting over, and doing things that she wants to do to live her best life. Catch you in the next one.